Okay, these words I want you to put in your science notebooks. I want you to write down the words or the definition. And I also write below the definition for the word. I want you to rephrase it in your own words, something that makes sense to you. Velocity is a speed with a direction. So really it's a more precise way to describe the motion of an object. Motion being any time an object's position changes over time. And so velocity shows us more specifically what direction were they going and how fast were they going. So in a car, if someone tells you to go to Idaho Falls, you might travel to Idaho Falls with a velocity of 70 miles per hour south. And so adding that direction on there makes it velocity. If you just say 70 miles per hour, then it is just a speed. But once you add the direction on there, then it becomes a velocity. The second word is reference point. I want you to put that in your notebook as well. Reference point is the object used to determine if something is moving. So reference point is important, even though most people don't realize it is. With reference point, if you don't have something to reference, then you can't really tell that you're moving. Now, a lot of you may not think that makes sense. But if you were to imagine that you were in deep space, you had absolutely nothing around you, not a star, not a planet, nothing. You couldn't see anything. So you're in deep, dark, black space. And, of course, you feel weightless because you're weightless. There's no gravity when there's nothing around you. You would not be able to tell if you were moving. You could be moving 100 miles per hour, and you would not be able to tell because you would have no frame of reference or no reference point to tell that you are moving. Our eyes and our mind use the things around us to tell how fast we are going. If I walk across the room, then my eyes use the chairs and the tables and everybody else in the room to tell that I am moving in reference to each other person there. And how fast I'm moving depends on how fast their position changes compared to my position. That's why if you're traveling down the highway in a car and you look straight out the window, straight down, it will make it seem like you're moving super fast because the road is moving by you at such a high speed. Whereas if you look up and look out to the fields around you, then your reference points become things that are farther away and they don't move by you so fast, and so it doesn't feel like you're moving as fast as it does when you look straight down at the highway. So the reference point is whatever object we use to determine if something is moving. And if we use the wrong object, if we use an object that is in motion as well, then we can end up perceiving the wrong motion for whatever we're trying to look at. For example, if we had a car traveling down the highway at 70 miles per hour north in one lane, and a car traveling down the highway north at 70 miles per hour in the other lane, and they're right next to each other, and you use the other, you're in one car, and you use the other car to reference whether or not you're moving, then you would think that you were not moving because that car stays with you the whole time. And so because your reference point is the car, it appears like you are not moving even though you actually are. Reference point can be very confusing sometimes, but it's really as simple as your motion is determined by whatever other object you decided to compare it to.